Is it better to be an extrovert or an introvert? First, what is an extrovert and what is an introvert? Do I behave like an extrovert, or do I behave like an introvert? Extrovert and introvert traits are very important to human behavior, very important to control and outcome. These traits are about where individuals direct their energy, either outward or inward. Extrovert or introvert refers to where someone gets their energy, and where they direct their energy. The extrovert's source and direction of energy expression is mostly into the external world. The introvert's source of energy comes from their internal world, that includes their imagination, dreams, thoughts, fantasies, and activities by themselves. What is an introvert? An introvert is a person who tends to gain energy from solitude and may feel drained by social interactions. They may prefer smaller groups or one-on-one interactions and may feel more comfortable listening and observing rather than speaking up in public. Introverts are often seen as more reserved and reflective, and they may need time alone to recharge after socializing. One common misconception about introverts is that they are shy or socially anxious. While some introverts may experience social anxiety, introversion is not the same as shyness. Introverts may simply prefer to spend time alone or with a small group of close friends rather than being in large crowds or engaging in constant socialization. There are several key characteristics that are often associated with introverts. These include a preference for solitude and quiet environments. They prefer to think before speaking, a desire for complexity, seriousness, and intensity in their relationships and interactions, and a bias to be more reflective and introspective. Introverts may also be more sensitive to stimuli and may need to limit their exposure to loud noises or bright lights in order to feel comfortable. In contrast to introverts, extroverts are people who are outgoing and tend to gain energy from socializing with others. Extroverts prefer larger groups and may feel more comfortable speaking up and sharing their thoughts and ideas in public. Here are some easy words to describe what an introvert is. Introverts are motivated by threats and fear. They like to spend time alone, avoid attention, think then act, think this through in their heads. Sometimes they overthink. They have private selves that they share with a select few. They listen more than talk. They keep their enthusiasm to themselves. Think this through then respond. Complexity, seriousness, intensity. Prefers thoughts. Other words that describe them are loners, private, reserve, intense, reflects, serious, inward, think then act, listens, follows, threats, fears, overthinks, avoids attention, trapped, excuses. Possible weaknesses are anxiety, fear, shyness, sensitive, withdrawn, threats, disorders, negativity, doubts, and sabotage. Conflict stresses them out. Introverts turn problems inward. At extremes they listen too much and do not talk or express themselves enough. Inward social failure. Disorders fear crazy. Introversion is an emotional system focused toward the future. They withdraw, reject, complain, slow down to do less. They have low self-esteem. The introvert might hide themselves in secret. Humiliate and humiliated. Exaggerates, terrorize, anxiety, depressed, serious, intense, and introspective. Driven toward self-doubt and self-sabotage, surrender, wait, nothing, ignored. They can be perfectionists, expects too much, does too little. Is the behavior of the introvert the opposite of the extrovert? If the extrovert is energetic, enthusiastic, helpful, assertive, and alert, what does that imply about the introvert? What is better? Extrovert or introvert? If traits are a continuum of behaviors, does that imply that what an extrovert is, an introvert is the opposite? That is for the individual to decide for themselves. My opinion is that it is better to be balanced in your introvert and extrovert traits, for your behavior to be somewhere in between, to be in control of your social life, habits, and behaviors. If a person is too introverted, they should try to see what they miss out on in life that an extrovert gets to experience. Why is the introvert and extrovert traits important? Do you introvert or extrovert the other traits? Do you turn their behaviors inward or outward? That's why introvert and extrovert behavior is important. When, why, and how you use these traits helps determine your mental and emotional health and possible outcomes.